everyone? How you guys doing? Hope you're gonna have an awesome day today. Decker here. Apologies for this. This keeps popping up. Alright, this is gonna be Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 6 recap. Now, this was actually pretty interesting. Thrawn was back. Yeah, Thrawn. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Oh, goodness. I don't know why that keeps popping up. Alright, so they're inside the Wave Rider and they finally reach this planet. This planet is actually a dead exile planet. It's where the Wells the Wells are, I guess you could say, the witch. Her ancestors were the very first ones that actually rode the Wells into the Hyperforce system. Anyways, other than that, where Ahsoka is at, Ahsoka is still in the ship right now, and she's still traveling there at the moment. So, once they reach in the Wave Rider, the Witch, Sheen, Balin, and also, I guess you could say, Sabine. They're inside the ship. Once they reach the dead planet, it's where the Wells actually go, like, where the Wells, they die. It's a graveyard in the exile planet. Now, once they actually reach there, they actually see these three sorcerers, I could tell, like these three ancient witches, basically. And the witch actually got a notification from them. It was a warning beacon saying that it was a signal they're like basically lost, they needed some help. So they went there for communication. They grabbed themselves a scouting out ship. And the four of them, Shin, Balin, and Sabine, also the witch, went down to the monument, like the actual real monument where you place the map to go there. They saw these three sorcerers witches there and stuff. They're old ancient ones. And they told them exactly why they're here, and they're happy that they're here, but they sensed that Sabine was a Jedi. Now, Sabine was still held in captivity, meaning she was still cuffed, and they sent her away inside solitary so that she could stay there for now until they could, well, basically, let's just say that, wait for Thrawn to return. Yeah, Thrawn actually returned. So when Thrawn returned, it looked like the Empire ship, Darth Vader's Empire ship. Okay, before the ship actually reached, Balin was actually talking to his apprentice, Sheen. He was talking to his apprentice about the old days of the old Jedi. She said, "Did you miss it?" And he said, "I like the idea of it." And he was saying that, the thing is that in the Jedi Temple, I was there, I witnessed it, I saw it on fire. What happened was that it was a Jedi that once turned to the Empire. It's a natural cause and effect. I guess he said it happens all the time. Anyways, other than that, when Thrawn's ship arrives, it looked like Vader's Empire ship, but it was kind of like heavily damaged, like on the sides of it. And so, when they're kneeling down onto the edge, they didn't land on it. They're still in the sky, just hovering over above the monument. It's like a small little elevator. Once you're on the monument, you could go inside the elevator and it releases you into Thrawn's ship. Now, when they're inside Thrawn's ship, they saw Thrawn himself. We saw the clone troopers, the original clone troopers, the OG ones, Darth Vader's clone troopers. Yes, we saw them, which was absolutely insane. But they were different. I guess you could say their clone armor, it was kind of ripped a little bit, like ripped apart. It almost kind of felt like, okay, it kind of felt like, it was like, I guess, Naruto Shippuden, the fourth great ninja war when Kabuto uses the reanimation jutsu. It kind of looked like that, like the clone troopers were like, the dead clone troopers came back to life. It kind of looked like similar, sort of like that a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that those weren't the real clone troopers. Those probably were most likely the Empire troopers, and they're exiled on that planet. They can't leave that planet for some reason why. They need a power source in order to leave the planet. Now, they brought Sabine, and Sabine, obviously, she knows Thrawn, and Thrawn said it's a surprise. well, technically I'm not surprised to see you, and she can have some assistance for them. And so what happens is that Thrawn looks at Balin and he looks at Sheen, and the witch says that, oh yeah, these are my hired mercenaries. And he asks Bane, what's your name? He said Bane Skull, and he said, General Bane. When he said that, Bane, he was in the Clone Wars. General Bane. He was in the Clone Wars. General Skywalker, General Kenobi. He was in the Clone Wars. That is the reason why how he knows Anakin Skywalker Bane. And also, not to mention Thrawn. And Thrawn also actually said that you brought this Jedi here. So, are you basically, he asked him this question. If you bring a Jedi here, and although he said that he left the Jedi Temple long ago and he doesn't associate with it anymore, he wants to know that if he has any sympathy for it. But no, he doesn't have any sympathy for it. And Thrawn said yes, once a Jedi then turns against his people and creates an empire. He was talking about Anakin Skywalker, Thrawn. Thrawn knows Anakin Skywalker turned into Vader. So that is a question mystery right there of Thrawn knows a lot of things. So does Balin. Of course, Balin knows a lot of things as well, intermittently. So after that, they had Sabine uncuff. Thrawn was talking to her, and basically she said that, well, we had a deal. And Thrawn said, I know you made a deal with Balin, and I'm going to honor that deal. Uncuff her. He uncuffed her. He said that, allow me the courtesy of letting you find your friend Ezra on this planet, because Ezra is still stranded on this planet. The reason why he uncuffed her and let her go is because he didn't destroy the map at all. He let the witch and he let the team actually come and find him, and now he could be free. Yeah, he could be free right now, so this is his one chance. But he did warn her, once you step off the ship, once you land on this planet, you may not find him. And she says that, well, that's a foreign concept that you won't be able to comprehend. He said, maybe you're right, maybe that's true. I won't be able to understand your feelings and what your goal is and what you think that is right, what you should do. Basically, he was saying that to her, which is understandable. I understand where she's coming from. So they give her a ride, and they give her her Mandalorian armor back, and including her weapons, her dual blasters, including her lightsaber, because she would definitely need it. Now, as soon as she took off, this is what they said. Thrawn said, I want you to send out your bounty hunters. Even though if she finds Ezra, I want you to kill both of them. So yeah, the bounty hunters, they're going to give her at least like an hour or two head start, and then they're going to get on their rides, and they're going to end up finding and tracking down Sabine and Ezra, if Ezra is alive, and kill them. Yes, I think that's messed up, but if you think about it, Balin did keep his word saying that you'll be able to see Ezra and stuff. But Thrawn did say that even though if you find Ezra, you're going to be trapped here. Like, basically, he's not going to allow her to come with him once he escapes off of this exile planet. Well, I can't blame him, because she is one of the reasons why he's actually there on the exile planet. But now that he's free, he's going to just leave her there. Also, the thing is that if the bounty hunters actually end up doing fail, he did say to Sabine, there are other worse creatures out there you need to watch out for. So it's a dangerous journey, a dangerous path to take this option if you want to, but she's going to take it. So she rides off, and that's when Thrawn says that, yeah, your bounty hunters aren't going to have to execute Sabine and her friend Ezra. So as soon as Sabine was actually looking around and trying to track down her friend Ezra, she finds out that something is actually following her, like she was going to be ambushed. And she was ambushed by some lowlifes, I guess you could say some raiders. She was able to take them all on. It was about, I'd say like 6 or 7 of them. She used her blasters, but then she had to pull out her lightsaber. She killed them all. Yeah, literally, she killed them all. And then, apologies, she kept on roaming around until she found some hermit crabs. Yes, these shell crabs, I can't tell what they're called. I'm going to call them hermit crabs because underneath these rocks, they're like little small mini aliens, like this size of Yoda. I'm not talking about Gru like Baby Yoda. I'm talking about like Yoda, the size of Yoda. On the backs of them, they're like shells, but they're actually made of rocks. They know her brother. I mean, they know her friend Ezra because they saw the Mandalorian sign on her shoulder pad. So they're gonna. Well, she wants them to follow them so that she could find Ezra. So yeah, actually, she did finally find Ezra. But along the way, what was going on? Thrawn was looking at the map of the solar system, and Thrawn said that he was going to send a 2 units after them. A 2 unit after them, and the witch said, my bounty hunters could easily take care of them, Sabine and Ezra. And he said that it doesn't matter about if your bounty hunters can actually take them on. They're expendable, which means he really doesn't care if his own 2 scouts, his own 2 I guess you could say clone troopers, if they end up actually killing the bounty hunters, which is Blaine and Sheen. Yeah, he doesn't care if they all end up dying. So that's his main plan. No one will escape that planet except for Thrawn and the witch. Exactly, that's their plan, basically, what they're formatically speaking of. She finds Ezra, which means that they need to move. He tells Ezra, how'd you get here? She said, maybe some other time I'll tell you. Let me at least be happy for 1 second. He said that, well, we need to move because they don't really stay at the same spot. They end up leaving because there's definitely troubles that's going on. Uh, so, so Sheen and Balin, they actually see the Raiders, and Bane said that, well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So he's going to be working with the Raiders. He's going to really need to work with the Raiders because Thrawn's going to send 2 units after, like, both of them, anyways, to kill them. Other than that, so they finally got in contact, and they found out that, well, let's just say that Ahsoka is still alive. She's riding one of the whales all the way towards the exile planet. And Thrawn knows that it's Ahsoka. Thrawn questions the witch. She says that, well, I knew Ahsoka Tano was still alive. She had to be alive. And she said that, no, it's impossible. He told me that he actually executed her. Thrawn said that Balin was actually a general basically in the Clone Wars. He was a Jedi. I don't think he could have killed him. So Thrawn is saying that Balin spared Ahsoka's life. And that is one of the reasons why he says that he's expendable and he wants Balin and his apprenticeship to be utterly destroyed. Yeah. So that's it. It didn't really show when Ahsoka actually arrived just yet. It only basically showed them just leaving Sabine and Ezra along with Ezra's new friends that she made. So other than that, I guess we're going to see Ahsoka actually come back, and we're going to see apologies be made. But question is, did Sabine make the right choice of like not destroying the map? She certainly did find Ezra, but still Thrawn has Vader's ship, and he has the power in order to leave. He's going to leave Sabine in exile here on this planet for all eternity, basically. So yeah. Other than that, this episode was actually pretty interesting, and I did really enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new, subscribe to the channel as always, and yes, of course, may the force be with you always.